They're just black and white.
Like they can't see my bald spot.
Like on the back of his head, the lighting or whatever made it look like he had a bald spot, and he didn't have a bald spot.
Yeah.
Obviously it's black.
Because that's the actual
but
color
it is
of your
black.
dress. Right.
That's my hair.
I know. But tell me it doesn't
It
look
does
like I
look
have
like
frosted tips. Specifically in this where it's black and white. This one's just perfect. Just.
She feels like she might have a small hernia.
It's just the baby's supposed to be pushing up against it, but because it's butt first, it's not pushing up against it.
We're the Jonases. We're a family of 10 plus a few more. I'm the mom PJ with my husband Jim, our daughter Brett, our sons Coulter, Emery, Fletcher, Graydon, and Hewitt, and our daughters Indigo and Jade. We have our hands full with raising dairy goats on our farm, making goat milk soaps and other products from their milk, all while homeschooling and homesteading happily. We love our life and sharing how we live on the other side of the fence.
She has 1, 2, 3.
3?
Yeah.
Do we have to go in its tummy?
Yeah.
We're gonna go in this one's tummy.
So the funny thing with the goats is they know who knows what they're doing. So you can put like these little guys in there, or just even a big person who has no idea what they're doing. The goats won't respect them. You can show them exactly how to do it by pushing on their neck or hurting them out, and they won't respect the person because they don't know, or the goats know that they don't know what they're doing. Go down there on the floor, right by the post. Floor. Don't panic. Here you go, boys. Start sweeping. Not here. Yeah. Just go sweep it. Go stop. Come back this way. Here.
She might move more to the corner.
The reason that she's been sitting here so uncomfortably for so long is because we've got like a butt first presentation. So I'm just helping manually dilate a little.
Say a prayer that the baby comes out safely.
It's just the baby's supposed to be pushing up against it, but because it's butt first, it's not pushing up against it.
It's just so ridiculous. Like, it's a 2, people. Like, it's a 2. Why? You know, why can't you have a decent length on a dress? I'm about to fall over. Wow. Still long as always. Do you love it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Emery.
Get flashlights and turn you into a disco.
Hello, we know Indigo's ball gown is gonna put that to shame.
Ball gown, wedding dress, is there a difference?
Well, she wants to wear. Don't you? Or did you change your mind on that?
I'm not worn it, so I don't know.
Don't put it on.
I am for sure. No, I want my hair to be done when I put it on.
Taking it tomorrow.
Take it tomorrow?
It's your last.
When? When is your last tomorrow
chance.
morning?
No, your hair is up. Just go.
No, I was gonna. So,
Put a wig on.
I don't have a wig. Do you still have the boy band wig? Yeah.
Yes! The boy band wigs on.
Wait, get the blonde.
Taking the puppies for their first checkup and they get their first round of shots.
I did see it.
Is that one red?
8.6.
That's it.
Okay, right now they're getting their weight and taking their temp, and then the doctor will come in here and we'll do a physical on them. So their heart rate, just check their body out and whatnot.
Let's do this for
Oh,
Gray. This is a male.
I'm gonna assume this is a good roll. Yep.
She feels like she might have a small hernia.
What's your favorite Super Bowl memory?
I'm not looking forward to the Super Bowl this year.
Why are you not looking forward to it?
I don't care who's playing in it.
I don't care about football. I watch the Super Bowl for the commercials.
And they've been getting worse and worse every single year.
I know, they haven't been great lately. It's kind of a bummer.
Which is better, the game or the commercials?
The game.
I'd have to say the football game.
If it's the Eagles playing, it's the game.
It's definitely the game. It's definitely the game. It's much better than the commercials.
What about the halftime show?
No.
It's not.
I want to see what Sam says.
I can look.
Also, I'm thinking of making
So my 2-year-old Michael is brilliant. He's so mischievous and knows exactly what he's doing all of the time. But he doesn't talk very well. He does a great job with like the first syllable or maybe the last syllable of a word. And he has lots of different words, but they're not to the level he should be, and not anywhere near as advanced as you would expect him to be for his age. And so I had said to myself, if he wasn't talking at the level where I expected by the end of 2022, I would look into speech therapy for him. Because some boys are slow, some boys take longer to start talking, and so I figured, you know, I'll give him time and see. By the end of 2022, it was pretty obvious that while he was making great progress, he wasn't where you expected him to be for his age. So I Googled speech therapy in Southern Indiana, and I discovered that there is a program called First Steps in Indiana that offers free or very discounted speech therapy and other therapies for Indiana children from birth until the age of 3. And Michael ages out in May when he turns 3. So I'm kicking myself for not looking this up sooner, for not knowing about it. I mean, obviously, I didn't know, or I would have been taking advantage of it. But we just got started with the process, and I'm hopeful that we can get at least a couple of sessions in before he ages out in May. And hopefully we will be able to make some good progress, and I can learn some tricks to help him and get him caught back up to where he can communicate the way he really wants to.
What does Michael call you all?
Michael just calls me, yeah! It's just one big grunt.
I don't think I've ever heard anything close to what I am. It's usually just,
Gah. Michael has just started calling me, it's really just the vowel sounds, but I've gotten it to 2 syllables. I'm not just oh, I'm oh. So, you know, it's progress. We're getting there, we're continuing to work on it. He still doesn't do the uncle before, but we'll let it slide for now.
And Michael calls me T or E or TT or
Michael calls me, which makes me mad because my grandma gets to be Mama, and I am just me.
Michael calls me Dada.
So, do you guys understand Michael's language?
I don't really understand Michael's language at all. Do you?
He said K today.
He said K?
Yeah. And we said, go take this to General. He said K.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
can typically tell what he wants, mostly because of body language, but verbal language is very, very mumbo jumbo.
You can tell he knows, he understands what you're saying, but.
Do you understand Michael's language?
I do. I know that,
I understand it for the most part.
yeah, there's always some guessing because he tends to use like the first syllable or the last syllable instead of the whole word. So if he just says like sa,
You have to kind of guess what kind of S word he's trying to say.
What do you want?
Yeah.
Dinner?
Yeah.
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 What do you want?
Yeah.
Noodles, Alfredo, chicken, shrimp.
Okay.
So that was easy.
So have doc check her as far as hernia. If I just was getting her up and like stretching her out, right, and feel a small one, so she might not have. So I could have brought all 21 puppies to one vet appointment, but I decided against that because that just would have been a lot of puppies in this room. And I only have one other carrying case, and it taking like, it's much smaller than these two, so like in a carrying case. And it would just been chaos. I don't step in it. And that is a female. It's a female. Oh, you guys got the trash. Stop it.
They said paper towels to shred.
Look at it. Look at what she is. Ew, that's not good. You want this? Alright. I'll go to all the sauce and the bucket.
Hey Mom, you're missing it.
Oh, took a house. We're shocked.
Also, I definitely need the panel taken out because I'm like, so I was tiny. I don't even fit. I was tiny, but I will make it.
Indigo's like, I think it's
I'm tiny. It's a pretty dress.
Indigo's in a wedding dress and Jade's delivering goats. Classic.
Just wearing a wedding dress makes you feel happy. Yeah. And I walk out, I'm like, Coulter, I need you to. And he's like, what are you doing?
When I saw Indigo come out of the room in the wedding dress for no apparent reason,
There was a reason.
there should not be a reason.
There was a reason.
No, there's not a reason to wear a wedding dress before your wedding. Like, it would be one thing if you were wearing a wedding dress before your wedding day, but the wedding dress that you will probably end up getting married in?
That's the thing, that's the reason I was wearing it, was to see if I enjoyed wearing it, because I'd never worn it, like I'd worn it when I was at Brett's wedding, when I was 11. It did not fit.
You wore it then too?
Yes, I wore it then.
Shouldn't have worn it then either.
Well, Mom had all of us try it on, because it was the first time it had come out of the tornado shelter. They said, okay, here's the thing. Brett was supposed to get the dress cleaned after her wedding, and 5 years later, it still hadn't happened. Many things happened. It wasn't Brett's fault, but...
Yeah, it was probably Brett's fault. I mean, she kind of...
For the record, I was going to get the wedding dress cleaned, but I was told that I couldn't get it cleaned until they took out the addition in the back. So I have broader shoulders than my mom, so we added a panel in the back so that we didn't have to cut it. We just, tacked a panel in. And I was told I couldn't get it cleaned and preserved until I got the panel out. And I said, I am not taking a knife or seam rippers or anything to my mother's wedding dress. I am not confident enough in my abilities to do that. So I am not going to be the one to take this panel out.
So they said, Indigo, go try on the dress super quickly because we want to know if you're planning on wearing it. Because Mom had some dress thing and she was planning for future weddings and all this random stuff. But I hadn't tried the dress on to see if
You're 16, you don't get to plan a wedding.
I'm 17.
Barely.
And yet, I am.
I hate shopping. It is not my forte. I'm happy in my jeans and my red t-shirts and my sneakers. I not really want to dress up. I'm short, I'm small. They don't have a whole lot of really great dresses for people my size, at least that's been my experience. And so when I had to get a dress for the mother of bride for Brett, it was a really stressful experience, but I found one, I loved it. It was a bit shiny, she was okay with that. But I was like, okay, I love this dress, we're gonna go with this one. And then I had to get one for Coulter, and that was just as bad. I mean, I looked at hundreds of dresses, and even if I find one, I still have to get it taken in because it still doesn't fit. And I finally found one that I really liked. I liked it a lot. And so I had a dress for the mother of the bride and a dress for the mother of the groom. And then when Graydon and Emery proposed, I thought,
can't I just wear the same dress, right? I've got my navy mother of the groom dress. It's, you know, it's not ostentatious and in your face, it's a very subtle dress. And then I have my nice and shiny mother of the bride dress. And my girls are okay because they're used to me being nice and shiny. So I figured 2 dresses, I should be good to go, right?
So theater room was a project that I kind of formed in my brain, and I knew it would be expensive if we did it the way I wanted to do it. So instead of framing out risers with all sorts of cool stuff underneath it for, you know, like surround sound and with LED lighting on the aisles and making it like an actual theater like I used to open when I worked for General Cinema back in the day, we used what we had. What we had were a lot of pallets because we get the ingredients for soap in on a truck and they're palletized, so we have lots of pallets. So we kind of developed a way of stacking them that would be consistent across the whole room and made 3 levels of stadium seating that can accommodate couches and mattresses and all sorts of comfortable seating options that then you can view the screen, which is from a projector TV. So theater room's pretty cool right now. We'll see as technology advances and as things break what will become of it, but for now we're pretty pleased with it.
Almost coming out now, and once we get the hooves out, we're going to try and move this baby right along because it is breech, and we don't want the umbilical cord to break and it to suffocate in there. So
You get to go. You get to go.
Here, man, come help try it.
No.
Come help try it. Good job. Keep rubbing.
I don't try that.
you want to help try it?
No.
No?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Is it a knuckle and a mommy?
Hey,
There's
Landon.
another good one.
Landon, this one's a boy. Good job, man.
All the way out. You want to get that out? Here, baby, go.
2.
more.
Yeah.
That's what we think.
Are they?
There we go.
This next one's gonna be a girl, and then the last one's a boy.
Yeah.
Let's see about that. Ready for the next one?
Yeah.
All right. Go get another towel and spread out another towel.
I think this one's a boy.
Yeah, it is a boy.
No, I think this one's a boy. The next one,
Yeah.
like really tiny.
It's a big one?
It is a big one.
Like a big one.
You know what the gender of the goat will be before it's born.
So several years ago, I came up with a method for knowing whether a baby goat was going to be a boy or a girl before it came out of the mom. When you go in and test, or not test, but when you go in to assist with the delivery, there's 2 ways. One, if it's breech,
You just check.
you can feel the testicles right there. So that's clear. That's what gave me the idea. Like, wait, you can check this out beforehand. So then when there's a proper presentation delivery, I started to notice that certain ones would have really big buds.
Horn buds.
Yeah,
That's
horn
what you're
buds
referring to.
on the top of their heads, and then others didn't. And after a few, I realized it was always the bucks that had a little bit of a bud developed before they were born, and the does are almost completely smooth. So and that's like 95, 98% accurate.
We don't do any ultrasounds of any of our does. We have in the past done a few ultrasounds, and it's just never really been necessary. We really don't have any reason to do it.
Yeah. Landon likes to guess that they're boys every time.
Until a girl comes out, and then for the next couple, he'll guess that they're all girls. But
Oh, really? In my experience, it's just a boy. And then when you say, no, it's a girl, oh, but I wanted a boy.
or he goes, what? A girl?
But he's a boy.
Uh-oh, it was a boy. This one's a boy. You thought it was gonna be a girl.
It's a boy?
It's a boy.
It's a boy.
I'm Brett, and I am the oldest daughter, and I have 3 kids. I have Landon, who is 4, and Michael, who is 2, and this is Kylie, and she is currently 9 months old. Landon is the first grandkid on all of the sides, on both mine and Mason's. He's just so happy. He loves coming to the farm and seeing the goats and watching everybody work and helping where he can. Michael is our 2-year-old, and he is the most mischievous troublemaker in the best way possible. My dad has a saying, and it's just because Michael. He says we're gonna get t-shirts that say because Michael, because the answer to just about every question is because Michael. Landon and Michael are obsessed with seeing brand new baby goats. They love going out there and helping with them. Landon likes to call them goat born instead of a goat birth. So he'll be like, I went to go see a goat born, because kids aren't good with English yet. So, and every morning he gets up, he's like, Mommy, are we gonna go see a goat born today? It's great. I love the fact that Landon and Michael are being introduced to new life and birth and all of that here on the farm. I think it's great for kids to see that and to understand where life happens and how it begins. Some people think that my kids might be too young to see goats born, and personally, I don't think it's an issue. I think that children should be introduced to what are some possibly difficult topics earlier on, and just see how God created life. And so no, I don't think they're too young. I think as far as they're concerned, it's a brand new baby goat. And so far, we haven't had any super difficult questions. And when they do have questions, their aunts and uncles in the barn have been doing an amazing job of explaining in age-appropriate manners what's going on.
Yeah, I think it's important, not necessarily like they would be worse without it, but important in that it's something new for them to experience and learn from. And I think that if something's not doing harm and you're learning from it, that's a good thing. So for them to be able to come over, experience something new, learn from it, and as they come over more and more, I'm sure we'll be able to start teaching them responsibility and caretaking with it. I think it'll be a great opportunity for them to learn, and it'll shape them into, confident, hardworking young men.
Who gets to go first? And these are out of
Kara.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so basically what we're giving them today is their first round of the distemper, hepatitis, parainfluenza, canine parvovirus, and then a full-weight gelato inoculation. And I do like the overall body condition of the ones that we looked at thus far. They just seem to like attention.
Oh yeah. This is the one that Kara
identified.
felt like a small hernia.
I want to think it's okay. I mean, I feel what she's feeling, but so it is there, and it is reducible, but it's pretty small.
When puppies are born, it's not like this human birth where there's a doctor there to catch and you gently ease the baby out and whatnot. The moms will often stand up, the puppies will hit the floor. It's not a very gentle thing. And then the mom, once they're born, has to lick off the amniotic sac, and she goes after that amniotic sac very vigorously, and she licks those puppies. It's how she stimulates them. And if the umbilical cord hasn't broken yet and it's still attached to the placenta, she'll bite at it, she'll look at it. She goes it's very aggressive. You have to it's not a gentle process. And during that, the mom can, when she's doing all of that, really pull on that umbilical cord, and that can create an umbilical hernia. We've seen that in different litters, we have more moms who lick and are more vigorous at doing all of that, and those moms tend to have puppies with higher rates of umbilical hernias. So I think there's a big part of the creation of umbilical hernias that is just
natural, and from that, there's probably also some sort of genetic component too as well. We don't see that as much, but they're fairly common, and they're really not very dangerous at all. One of our sires, Castle, he has an umbilical hernia. We've never even bothered to fix it. I saw no reason to put him through surgery just to close it up. The only time a hernia would ever become dangerous if it was so big that parts of the intestines fell through, and most of the time, you know, especially in puppies, they're only a millimeter, a couple millimeters, so there's no danger of that. It's just what you feel is a little piece of fat, and it's not something that you have to worry about. So they're common and not really much of an issue.
In fact, Graydon technically ran away from home.
Graydon will do anything for Valentine's Day?
I think he will.
So my big elaborate plan for Valentine's Day currently is like nothing. I have nothing.